Hi, my name is Ari Elderman. I'm Dutch and I've been learning Russian since 2016. In this video, I want to show you and discuss with you 10 nice phrases you can say to say "you're welcome" in Russian. As you know, "you're welcome" in Russian is "you're welcome." This is a great phrase to know because it shows that you're polite. If someone thanks you for something, like someone says "спасибо" to you, it's great if you can say "пожалуйста." This is the main common words. Let's just start with the video right away. The main word that people use to say "you're welcome" is "пожалуйста", "пожалуйста". And "пожалуйста" is really a universal word that you can use in many different phrases. For example, another way to use this if you actually do something for someone, like you arrive at the customs in Russia, in Sheremetyevo in Moscow, and you give the customs agent, you give him your passport, you say at the same time "пожалуйста". And just like if, okay, so you sit at the dinner table, someone asks you, "Can you pass me the salt? Вы можете мне передать соль?" So you say, you take the salt, you give it to him, say "пожалуйста." This person says "спасибо," and then you can say again "пожалуйста." It's better to use another word if you can, of course, instead of repeating it twice, but it will be completely fine. So let's get to the next thing. If you want to say that, oh, it's really nothing, it's nothing, like, you know, someone thanks you for your help, but you're like, oh no, it's nothing, you can say "не за что", "не за что". This means like not for something, not for something, not for what. And it's a way if you really want to express like that it was nothing, then you can say "не за что". But I personally don't really like this way because you kind of negate the fact that someone is thanking you. And that's not the nicest thing. It's more like someone took the effort to thank you for something, so you might as well acknowledge that. That's probably a better way to handle human relationships instead of just saying, "Ah, it's nothing." You can do it, of course, but it's a little more negative in Russia. If you say it in Russian, I feel that way. Another good way to say if someone is thanking you is to say "рад помочь", "рад помочь". It literally means happy to help. If you're a girl and you want to say this, you say "рада помочь", because you know, for girls you add the "a" at the end. And for guys like me, you just say "рад помочь". It literally means happy, "рад помочь", to help. This is a great way if someone is thanking you for something that you did, and it was maybe it was quite some effort, or maybe not really a lot of effort, but you know, it was happy to help, glad to help. It's a very positive thing to say. And I recommend you learn this if you're learning Russian. And if you're learning Russian, yeah, then if you're not learning Russian, you're probably not watching this channel. Here's a more complicated way to say "you're welcome" in Russian. It's, if you want to say, "не стоит благодарности." This is like literal translation is, it's not worth the gratitude. And it's not something that you as a foreigner should say. It's something that you might hear or you might see in a movie. Like, you know, it's not worth the gratitude. It's very elaborate, and if you're a beginner or a Russian learner and you try to say this, you're probably gonna get some weird glances. So only say this if you're already intermediate and you're really doing it to, you know, like kind of like as a fun thing, like you're as an inside joke, kind of like "не стоит благодарности". Don't just say this to friends. Don't say this to random people, like to people you just met or to waiters in the restaurant or so, because you're gonna sound very snobby. Another way, the fifth word to say this is "на здоровье". It means like to your health. So if someone, it's kind of difficult to now think of a good example because I'm filming this in one go, but just like it's just like if you're toasting for someone "на здоровье". And if when someone say, "Oh, thank you," you're like, "Oh, "на здоровье." Like, you know, someone gives you a present, for example, like a present, you could say this, or "спасибо за подарок, на здоровье," especially if the bottle, you know, got a bottle of alcohol for them. Another way to say to thank someone or not to react to "спасибо" or "спасибо вам" is to say the word "не проблема", "не проблема". Literally means no problem. Though again, what we spoke about before with "не за что", it's a little bit more negative than if you were to say it in Russian, in English. Like in English, you could say, "Ah, no problem," like, you know, no problem. But if in Russian you say "не проблема", then it's a little bit more again, this it feels a little bit more negative. So I really prefer to say рад помочь, пожалуйста, на здоровье, those things. Another way to say, again, a little negative way is to say, ничего. Like if someone thanks you for a big thing, for example, but for you it really felt like a small thing to help. Like I don't know, you brought someone by car who had an important job meeting, whatever, and their car broke down. And you need to bring them somewhere. You say, ничего, because you really want to help them as well. And like for you, it's nothing, but for them, it's a big thing. Then you can say ничего. Okay. The eighth phrase to say you're welcome in Russia would be to say не вопрос, or to react to thank you. We say не вопрос. It means like no question. Like if someone asks you for help in a way, and and you did that, and they're very grateful for that, but for you it really was like a no-brainer. You just really wanted to help. Like they ask you like right away, yeah, I'm helping you. You can say не вопрос if it's just so obvious that you wanted to help them. It's also a nice way to say, but you cannot say it in every single situation. Like if someone passes you the salt, and you're like, and they say спасибо, and you're like не вопрос. Like no, it's for no one. It's a big deal to pass the salt. So yeah. Another nice way to say to react to спасибо would be было приятно вам помочь. Было приятно вам помочь. The literal translation is it was nice helping you. And it's a nice thing if you really were happy helping the people, then it's great if you can just tell them было приятно вам помочь. This is the formal way of saying it because there's вам in there, and вам is always plural or formal. If you want to say the informal version, like you can just tell them было приятно тебе помочь. Было приятно тебе помочь. You can also completely skip the вам or тебе, просто, and then you just say было приятно помочь. Like it was nice to help. It was nice to help. And the last way that you can say react to спасибо, if you can just say пустяки, which means like it's trivial. It's trivial. Again, it's a little bit negative. It's not negative. Like I would пустяки. It's also a little bit slangy. So I would not recommend you as a foreigner saying this. If you want to react to спасибо, you just want to say you're welcome, I highly recommend just learning the main single word, just пожалуйста. Say it most of the time. Don't try to act cool as a foreigner by saying some of these more elaborate phrases, because the fact that you are a foreigner and you are learning Russian is already cool enough to most Russians that you'll meet. If you try to act cool by saying weird phrases or even swearing sometimes, then it's kind of like, no, it's not that. I wouldn't do that. It's just unnecessary, and you only risk kind of giving a weird impression or pissing someone off. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you want to read the article that's part of this series, there's a link in the description where you can read everything that I said more slowly. Спасибо вам огромное за просмотр. Thank you very much for watching. И желаю вам удачи с изучением русского языка. And I wish you good luck with learning Russian. Пока. До свидания.